Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to WCS Season 2 Finals. Fabulous couple of games. I don't think we could have asked for anything better than what we got. Two amazing matches between our four players, but we are now down to just 6 left on the hunt for a global glory. TaeJa, that last game was insane.
So insane, and I was just waiting in anticipation, and I don't know for what, because, you know, either player winning would have been great, but sitting there, watching the game, every single mistake or success from the players, really rousing emotion from all the viewers, I believe. And in the end, Jaedong saying it himself, the Tyrant is back. How far can he go? But we'll have to hold off on that one, don't we?
Yes, we do have to wait for that one. Let's show you the bracket and update you as to where we are score-wise so far. We've already lost 2 of our round of 8s, as you can see at the top of the screen. Alive and Naniwa are gone. Round of 8 finishes for both. First, we'll play Jaedong in our first semi-final tomorrow. But for now, we're looking at the lower half of the quarter-final. And our first matchup, I mean, all quarterfinals are crazy anyway, but we just seem to be blessed with phenomenal games. Could this be another one? It's TaeJa up against Rain. Your thoughts, TaeJa?
I believe that TaeJa is riding a lot of momentum right now. Beat out Innovation in a brilliant match too. It wasn't any sort of cheese, it wasn't sort of a quick match. He found the errors and he took advantage of them. Then there's Rain, who had a tougher road, but he has a lot of redemption, right? He showed us that last year in the OSL Star League that he could play well, but then with Heart of the Swarm, he's been a little bit faltering, and also losing to Maru at the finals of WCS Korea. This guy's back for revenge against really anyone at this point to take his title back.
Absolutely. TaeJa's been playing fantastically over the last 2 days. Let's see if he can keep that momentum up in the round of 8. It's time to introduce you to our third quarterfinal members.
The first contender we'll be inviting to the stage. He remains among many of the players who actually have been eliminated as this season's champions or runner-ups. It's going to be the runner-up coming from WCS Korea, none other than SK Telecom T1 Rain.
In the complete juxtaposed position. If you like Rain, that's fine, but this man is the sun god. When the sun shines, he wins tournaments. Please make some noise for Liquid TaeJa! Okay, time to go over to our commentary team. They've got a bit of a Blues Brothers thing going on. Please make some noise for Apollo and Todd.
Thank you, everybody, and welcome back to the Season 2 Finals, where shit's got real here, Todd, because the games are serious, the games are awesome, and it's only going to continue with our next map, TaeJa versus Rain. What a third quarterfinal game.
Yeah, Rain, he has such a strong Protoss versus Terran, and he's going to have a huge obstacle in front of him with TaeJa. TaeJa has been playing so well in this tournament as well, playing really well in the WCS America. I'm so excited for this match. I really can't call it either. Like, I have a personal preference, which you can probably guess which one, who it is.
I'm going to guess it's Rain, just a little bit.
But I think these players are so evenly matched right now. This is such an interesting matchup in a lot of different aspects of it.
I mean, this is just, I mean, there's 2 ways to look at it. You have Rain right now is the 2nd place finisher from WCS Korea, who practiced only against Terran and succeeded so well until the finals. And then on the other side of things, TaeJa, as Red I mentioned, seems to perform when the sun is shining in the summertime, as last year, 2012, he got 3 big tournament wins. This year he's got 2. This could be his hat trick if he's able to beat Rain.
I don't want to be too cheesy, but it was raining a little bit early, not too sunny. So we're gonna see what these players choose to remove here. Neo Planet by TaeJa, Star Station for Rain. Completely agree with this. Star Station is one of the most difficult maps to deal with these drops. You can't force field too much around your third base as well, so I have to say perfect first map removal by Rain here.
And I know you know Rain's playstyle very well. Can you describe his playstyle coming into this game against TaeJa and how these, or at least Star Station, will affect it coming up against TaeJa?
I think he's going to be thinking about what maps he has to play on and who he's playing against, and then he's going to come up with builds, different builds. If he thinks there's going to be a command center first, he might go for a proxy. Rain is like that. He plays depending on the map. We've seen him play actually some very interesting series. I think it was versus Bomber when he did a different build in every single game, and he made all of those builds work, I think, except in one of the map that he lost. But then again, in finals versus Maru, it didn't go so well when he played in WCS Korea. So this time, he has a chance at redemption here. He's practiced so much in this matchup. His practice paid off, I guess you could say halfway, because he did take second. He did not get that final championship, and now he's gonna wanna correct that here and take the first place.
Well, a couple of rumors backstage from the professional players. A lot of them are actually predicting Rain to win the entire tournament. A lot of the Korean professionals. But one thing that we've heard is that Rain, after losing the finals against Morrow 2-4, just kind of exploded emotionally, put a lot of hard work into it, and it just all fell apart from him in the finals. He then didn't practice for quite a while after that. He's so far in this tournament avoided Terran players. He's now going up against the first Terran player that he's have to face. All that practice that he poured in, all that effort to go to the WCS Korea Premier League finals, he needs to get back to that, man. He needs to bring back what he learned, what he taught himself, if he wants to stop TaeJa.
Yeah, and one thing to keep in mind here, one of Rain's teammates is Sparting, one of the best pros versus Terran as well. They have different styles, but I think if you consulted with Sparting, and usually SKT1 players, they do that a lot. They talk between coaches, players, they talk about strategies, they tell each other build orders before those big series they have to play, and then they come up with some quite innovative builds sometimes, some very interesting ways to go into matches. If that happened here, we might actually see a different side of him. If he thinks some of Sparting's build might be a little bit better than his own, he might be mixing it up with some early Templars, something like that. But what I'm expecting overall out of Rain, even though I think there is a good chance he might mix it up, is just that solid Colossus into Templar play that we've seen so much and being so successful so far from Bolos's player against Terran in this tournament.
Well, TaeJa's been quite successful himself this season with a lot of big wins against a lot of fantastic players. Look at his win rates, very high, 75% against Protoss, incredibly high. And then this tournament, he's played some of the best Starcraft that I've seen from TaeJa in a very long time. The 2-1 win against Innovation, incredible series. And then he made Duck look like nothing, who was the European #1 representative here. TaeJa's on form. He hasn't lost a game yet.
Yeah, it definitely is. Rain, though, his best matchup is Terran. We've said it many times. He had problems against Protoss before, but so far he's faced his demons in this tournament, and he has done pretty well against Protoss as well. He only lost to Jadon so far, so 78% against Terran. I don't even know what to add to this.
78% against Terran players. Just look at the list of players he's beat so far this season. Keen, Bomber, Fantasy, Supernova, 4-1 against Bomber, and then all of a sudden that final against Morrow where everything just fell apart, 2-4. And of course he started off his season finals here not as strong as he would have hoped, losing to Jadong, then making the comeback into Wellmu, finally MC. But now's the time to shine. We're in the quarterfinals. If he's able to win this best of 5, he gets closer and closer to back-to-back finals.
Yeah, and he could, if he wins this, he could potentially face another Terran in the next round as well, which I'm sure, I mean, if you beat TaeJa, you can take on any Terran.
I mean, the next quarterfinal underneath this is Bomber versus Scarlet. If Bomber was to beat Scarlet, then as you say, another Terran player moves through, where ultimately we could see some excellent play again from Rain. But it is all now on the line to play for the money, the WCS points, the glorious trophy, the shiny trophy on the front of the stage. It is all now or never for both of these players. Best of 5, first players to get 3 wins. The other one's out, the other one moves through.
And Derelict Watcher is actually a quite difficult map, in my opinion, to play Protoss versus Terran on, but that's my personal opinion. I thought that was the general Protoss opinion, but they have done quite decent against Terran on this map. Well, and when I say quite decent, I mean they've done really, really well overall. even on this map. So I think Rain, he might not worry too much here about the map. He's just gonna try and go for his own style, his own play, and make it work from there. That's what he does.
Well, Rain has a very defensive style here. That's what got him the success he had before the finals. Morrow broke him down. TaeJa's a different type of player here. We'll see what TaeJa can do up against the defensive titan that is Rain, as we're about to begin the third quarterfinals now. As mentioned, a best of 5. I don't know which ways it's going to go. Do you have any predictions before we get into it?
3-2 for either.
3-2 for either. A close series there predicted. We'll see how this is going to shape up. SK Telecom going up against Team Liquid. We're about to begin the third quarterfinal. I hope you guys are ready for this one. This can prove to be an epic series, because down here in the bottom and left-hand side, needs to gather his thoughts from his previous training. His name is SK Telecom One's Rain. And he goes up against a player we all know very well. From the team of Liquid, he is TaeJa.
I'm really curious, does Rain open for a very standard play here, or does he try to gain the momentum, open up with something crazy to basically, even if he loses, he could put doubt in TaeJa's head as to which style he's going to be playing in this very important match here. I guess we're going to find out very soon, and I can't wait.
I really feel that Rain's going to approach this series in a normal game, just like he beat all the players, just like he beat Bomber 4-1 before. I think he's going to mix things up throughout the series, but in general play the same style that he's had the most success with. I don't think he'd want to mix it up, because if he mixes it up in game number 1, I think all those doubts might come pouring back from the finals that he played not long ago, just a week and a half ago.
Very good point, actually, yeah. So you predict very standard play.
Very standard play, super defensive. Double gas could definitely, I mean, you're the professional here. Double gas, what are the options that double gas now means from Rain? What can he do with this?
If he goes for, I didn't see if he went for gate 12, but I think he went for gate 13, but he could, okay, no, he gets the second pylon in his main. That's not going to be a super fast Stargate on the map, but look where the probe is going. Is he scouting for double racks or something, or is he sending that to proxy something? I think he wants to proxy something. By the way, nice stalker illusion.
Wow, we'll see. I didn't expect him to start things with a bang here, but the way that the probe's gone across the map seems to be the way that Rain wants to start up this series against TaeJa, who, on his side of things, opened up one barracks command center.
This could be Dark Templars or Stargates. It could be either. And I mean, TaeJa is going to scout, he's going to see how much gas is being mined right now for Rain. He's going to know there's the possibility of Dark Templar, Stargates, and from there, he should be throwing down an engineering bay, trying to do a little bit more scouting, but since he hasn't gone for a Reaper, it seems less likely that he's going to scout the proxy, which is, by the way, a Stargate.
Well, TaeJa's builds against Dug earlier on in this tournament were focused around command center first and one barracks command center. It makes perfect sense that we see a Stargate coming down here, and I'm quite sure it's going to be an Oracle looking to get into that middle line, looking to hurt TaeJa, and he definitely can.
Yeah. I want to see where TaeJa scouts, because he's going to have to scout out on the map right now. He saw that there was 3+3 on the gases. He saw that there wasn't that many probes on the minerals. So he has to focus on his scouting here to make sure he does not get tricked. But he's not sending out any Marines or his SCV. He's just sending it back home right now. I'm a little bit surprised, I have to say.
Well, TaeJa, with not scouting this, the Oracle has a high potential to do a lot of damage here. There's nothing in the mineral line, though the Marines are moving their way back from the natural here. He's coming into the mineral line, well, at least into the main. Look at this.
Oh, he's getting a bunker up his ramp. That's interesting. I really thought he was going to throw down a bunker at his expansion, but I guess he doesn't know what it is now, and since he doesn't want to bother trying to scout what it is, he's going to play safe against everything. This bunker helps against Blink Stalkers, I mean against air. No units can get into the main. He can't get enough Marines to defend his mineral line. Although he has just one Marine right now.
Yeah, the Stalkers pulled the Marines out of position here. The Oracle's going to go straight towards that mineral line. How many SCVs are going to go down? The evacuation is pulled 1, 2 so far. A third one may go down. It does, but only 3 kills here.
Yeah, so not the best damage, but enough. I mean, he's just lost a little bit more than the shields on his Oracle. He's going to fly in there. He has to be careful at this point, actually. The Stalker, actually, a lone Stalker, makes the natural fly back into the main. The orbital commander is gonna fly back, and in the meantime Rain is taking his own expansion. I wouldn't be surprised if he throws down a Robo from there and text to Colossus. He's not using his Stargate anymore.
So is this a success, would you say, here from Rain as the robotics facility does come down?
Yeah, it was a success. I mean, it wasn't the best scenario, obviously. He could have killed a lot more if TaeJa had been a little bit more sloppy. It was good enough, and TaeJa is still in this. The damage was not too big, and TaeJa is just going to look to tech to Medivacs from there and probably do a huge attack with lots of Marines, which against a Stargate opener like this you always want to do. That's why Rain, I think he's going to try to rush to Colossus, and nice scan. He sees the Robo and the Forge as well. Yeah,
he sees the Robo, he sees the follow-up here, he realizes exactly what's going on now, can piece together that the Nexus has come down in between these additional structures. And his stim now, it's halfway to being complete. The starport's coming down as well. Do you think there's an opportunity here for TaeJa to, get some damage done before we see Colossus come into play?
I think he knows there's going to be a photon overcharge up on time if he hits the timing. One thing he could do is move out to force sentries from being made, but right now, he did see the Robo, but I think he doesn't know exactly about how many gates there are made by TaeJa, so by Rain. So he doesn't know exactly how many units there are. Whoa, I'm surprised Rain is flying in there like this.
A little bit risky, but he does get away with just a little bit of shield damage on the Oracle, but gets full scouting information and sees a very normal game coming out from TaeJa. Nothing weird at all with a starport now being switched over. He gets that scout as well, maybe even able potentially to pick up an SCV or two. But so far, so normal here. Just 3 SCV kills from that Oracle, and just the follow-up coming in from Rain.
Yeah, he's going to start adding extra gateways. Only one so far, I'm surprised. Supposedly you should throw down 2, but I guess he's making probes very continuously, and he's going to want to start his first Colossus as soon as possible. And he's actually made just one lone observer before going to Colossus. Since you want to make Colossus continuously, he's not going to be able to get more observers later on, but he has the Oracle doing that job of scouting, and he's doing a pretty good job of it.
Yeah, he's got an eyes-on approach now to these Marines, going to be able to see where they are, where they move. But in the main base of TaeJa now, we do have a medevac being lifted up with a bunch of units, and it's going to go over and at least kill off the pylon and Stargate over here.
Or I guess he could have ignored this and try and drop in the natural, but he knows that Rain's defense is just too good in general. So he's going to try to kill the pylon maybe and supply block him.
So, I mean, we all know that Rain's one of the most defensive players out there. Where is TaeJa's key to success if he's going to win this series? Where is it going to be? Because it may not be through being aggressive, being like an MMA, being all over the place with drops. Where would it be?
I think the key would be to play to his best strengths, just to try and adapt, out multitask his opponent, and then just play a good macro game. And if he has an opportunity to kill his opponents, just go for it. But nice scan. Again, went down in the main of TaeJa, and it saw the Robo still being chrono boosted, the Forge, and the Twilight Council as well. So this is actually the standard timing on the Twilight, but right now Rain is doing something very interesting. He's cut Colossus production after 1. So I think he goes into charge from there, and possibly Templars with very quick storm. He's going to try to trick his opponent into making Vikings.
We'll see if that's the case here, as these medevacs are trying to chase down that Oracle, but we are now moving out, or at least TaeJa's moving out, should I say. An Immortal is on its way as Zealot charge, but
yeah,
with one Colossus, has he got enough to defend here? Of course he has the Mothership core with a Photon Overcharge.
I think so. I mean, he only has 30 supply against 46, but he's going to be making units out of his 4 gateways. And with the Immortal on the way, I mean, he's surely going to have enough, especially with the Photon Overcharge. There's no way TaeJa can breach it. Whoa, Rain is moving out.
Oh, and look at that hallucinated Colossus here, trying to play to the image you...
Oh, the Oracle? Oh, it gets fixed. This wasn't supposed to happen here. And look at this TaeJa, second starport. Yeah, this is going to be pretty good for Rain.
Yeah, I love this hallucinated Colossus there, really playing to the image he's trying to build, when in reality we have Storm coming in. Is there a potential now from Rain to flip things upside down and be aggressive? There's not going to be a Ghost Academy any soon. Surely he can hit a timing with High Templar here.
I think there is, but you have to be very careful, because you can overextend very easily, and against a Terran player like TaeJa, even if you have 4 storms ready, he can still hold, and then from there we'll win almost every single time if you throw away your Templars. So I think you need at least 4 to 5 storms ready and a perfect positioning and attack.
Well, currently he's got 2 High Templar, a third one just got warped in here. At least he may be able to call an evacuation on the third base for TaeJa, but on Rain's third base, we do have a factory and a Widowmine and a dead Zealot.
He might try and take the other one from there. Rain doesn't have... Oh, did he just scan and kill the Observer? Wow, TaeJa has been doing a great job of killing the Observers. There is only one out right now on the map for Rain, and it's on the bottom right-hand side to make sure he can spot those drops possibly headed for his main.
And TaeJa has figured out what's going on, by the way. He only made one Viking. He's got the Ghost Academy down, Mobius Raptor on the way as well. So he hasn't been tricked too much by this.
Oh, and Rain is going to move out here. He knows the units of TaeJa might be at third base.
Well, he should be able to get out of here, no problem. Would have been nice if he got some feedbacks on those medivacs, but they're going to retreat home. And now Rain needs to really get his third base down. And if we think about things, TaeJa's had his third down for quite a while.
Yeah, and TaeJa, he's just playing so solid. Look at how much he delayed the third base from being taken. We're almost at the 14th minute. In these professional high-level games, you can see Protoss take a base at 10:30 sometimes against the third base from a Terran. And now Rain, on 14 minutes, he started his third base. He's going to be so far behind economically. He's on 51 probes against 68 SCVs now. And TaeJa is starting to make ghosts. This is looking really, really bad for Rain.
Well, where does Rain go then from here? Where does he go if it's looking bad? I mean, he's just got to wait until he's, maxed out and got his upgrades going, and I don't think he can really be aggressive anytime on this map.
I think he needs to look back at first versus Alive and just try to pull some of the same move with the Templars, get some great feedbacks, get some great storms, and then I think that's going to be the only way he can win. Although, Ren is doing a pretty good job of keeping up with the supply here.
Look at this, the High Templar hiding behind the smoke. With the Zealot's going to poke forward here and reveal the area, this could be quite a deadly move.
Oh, they actually have lots of energy. Oh, one of those getting attacked.
Well, one of them gets attacked and this didn't really work. A nice sneak attack attempt, but didn't work. He's got to be very careful not to lose these High Templar. One goes down, the other one escapes, but does waste out a storm. TaeJa does not fall victim to this.
And a +3 on the way here by TaeJa. He's really exploiting his superior economy. He's adding lots of extra barracks on his third base as well. And he's getting cloaked now. This is really, really looking good for TaeJa now. I'd be really shocked if Rain won this. Nice Warp Prism tonight, by the way. Manually targeting with the bunker.
Yeah, and the bunker's going to just about survive here, I think. It's very close.
Whoa, TaeJa might go for a fight here.
Oh, he definitely could. There's only one Colossus at the moment. The second one on its way. Oh, decent storm on the edge of that bio army. These ghosts really need to get in there. There's 5 of them. The moment's only just now started as well.
Look at how much supply there is by Rain in his main. He's got Templars everywhere, actually, kind of like Widow Mines on the map right now. This is interesting.
Oh, big storm there by Rain as TaeJa marches forward still. Another storm on the right-hand side, not as successful as the first one. There is another High Templar up there looking to get its damage done. Rain is in supply. He's in the supply lead. It's picked off there.
Look at how many Templars there are out by the natural of Rain. He's sending one of those towards the army of TaeJa. A Marine might spot it here. TaeJa doing great work, but nice feedback.
Nice feedback there. Nice play here by TaeJa. He's not taking too much damage, but 2 Colossus are there. Still without thermal lance. TaeJa's dealing a lot of damage. Oh, good storm on the right-hand side. Zealot's coming down as well here. Rain is falling. He is falling in supply. Warps in a lot more, but he's dealing with this quite well. Great second and third storm there.
And, well, I guess Rain took a page out of the first's book here. Defending this perfectly with the Templars everywhere. I feel like Terrans, if they put down a sensor tower at this point in the game and just press forward, make sure they don't get stormed before the sensor tower is out, they will do a lot better at this. Because, I mean, as observers now, we see everything that's happening, but as Terran, you only see the very small area around your army. That's why TaeJa keeps getting stormed like this. He only sees what's the small part around his army. He doesn't have vision of the entire map, otherwise it would be too easy, obviously. And that's the only reason this storm and movements with Templars are working. So TaeJa needs to keep on trying to get as many scans down as possible, and if he does not get his army stormed too many times, he should be able to win a fight. Although now we're starting to have quite a lot of Colossus out on the map.
I mean, both of the players have the tools necessary. They both have Colossus, they both have Vikings, they both have Ghosts, they both have High Templar. But do the upgrades of TaeJa, how much of an impact are they going to make here?
Yeah,
I mean, the upgrades are really weak for Rain.
Yeah, being 3-2 already. The Viking count, though, is not that high. 9 Vikings right now against 4 Colossus, and Rain still throwing down some great storms. Blink is on the way, +2 as well by Rain. Ooh, he's gonna go for
some blanket EMPs there coming in from TaeJa. A storm's gonna have to be necessary if he's gonna be able to take this fight. The Colossus are dying immediately here.
Wow, and look at TaeJa's army, the stutter stepping with his main bioforce never stopped here.
Absolutely glorious movement here from TaeJa, coming down the right-hand side, moving back along the Zealots. This bioforce is standing strong, and Rain is dropping in supply down to 100, and Liquid TaeJa's just marching forward, and there doesn't seem anything left. GG! TaeJa with a little smile there. Cheeky little grin coming out from Liquid. Liquid TaeJa.
He earned this one. That was insane micro here. I can't stress how hard this is. You need to attack, make sure you keep on stutter stepping, and at the same time, you need to keep up with your micro, because you don't want to end the fight with a dead army or an army with very little hit points because of Steam Pack, and have like 2,000 minerals. So that's really, really hard to do what TaeJa just did, and he somehow pulled it off against a Rain that's oh so good versus Terran.
And here are the last few moments, and I think there's the smile from TaeJa, but more importantly, just remember the last 4 games that Rain played against Terran players were 4 losses in a row. He won the first 2 games against Mora in the finals of WCS Korea Premier League, but then he lost 4 in a row, and has now lost a 5th game against Terran in a row now.
Yeah, he's gonna have to keep his composure, make sure he does not lose focus here. He's Rain. He's the one player who can make things happen versus Terran, but this game, he just got dominated from the start. I mean, he had some nice moves in the VIP game, but he was already so far behind, and I feel like even though this Oracle did a little bit of damage in the start, TaeJa was always in control in the game. From the moment he's landed his factory on the 3rd and put a Winnow Mine there, which is not particularly always supposed to happen, he was in perfect control of this game.
Well, remember TaeJa of 2012 when he did win those 3 big tournaments, the MLG Arena, Asus ROG, and DreamHack Valencia. After these 3 big wins, and even a 2nd place at DreamHack Winter, if I remember correctly, his wrist become a problem. He had injuries to play Starcraft, but he's been rebuilding himself since then. He's now already got 2 tournament victories this summer, and I'll repeat it again, is playing some absolutely beautiful Starcraft at the Season 2 finals.
You think he can repeat his previous performances, take this tournament?
Well, the 3 tournaments he played at last year, I think were not even half the skill level that this tournament is. It's definitely a massive feat. If TaeJa can do well here and win the Season 2 finals, then TaeJa's back to how he used to play, and if not stronger than ever before.
He would actually get really high on the WCS World ranking.
Yeah, he's currently ranked 10th. Currently ranked 10th with a win here that awards so many points.
He might actually take 1st or 2nd, something like that.
You get like 3,000 points exactly for being 1st place. TaeJa right now sits on 2,750. With a 1st place victory here, he goes 1st place over Innovation, a player that's been at the top since the beginning.
Jaedong, though, he's 2nd right now in that ranking.
That's right, man. Jaedong and TaeJa. If those 2 played for the finals, it depends on who won, who would be number 1. Interesting, though, the way that the WCS is shaping up. We're near the end of the Season 2 finals. And the top 16 is changing with every game right now. With every single game, players move up, players move down. And for each of these players, the ultimate goal here, of course, is to win $40,000 in 1st place here, but to play at BlizzCon, a major tournament, 16 of the best worldwide. TaeJa's ready. Rain has to be ready now. He cannot let this affect him that he's lost a lot of games in a row. As we get ready for our next map here on Whirlwind, 4-player map down here in the bottom left is the red Protoss. He goes by SK Telecom 1's Rain. And as the blue Protoss playing some absolutely incredible Starcraft over this weekend. Playing for Team Liquid, he is TaeJa!
TaeJa was just perfect control in the 1st game, and I have to say, if I was Rain here, I would have a very, very hard time staying calm. Like you said it, he's lost 4 games in a row in the WCS Korea finals, and now he lost this 1st game. He looked a little bit shaken up. At the victory screen, when we played that video where you see the expressions on the player's face as one of them leave, it looked a little bit like Rain was actually, he was taking the loss very hardly. I mean, on his face, you could see that a little bit. So he's gonna have to stay focused here, make sure. Whoa, he's scouting very early, actually. I guess on Whirlwind, like, we've seen more and more of that, because you want to know as soon as possible if you're up against the command center first, but this could also be, oh, is he taking the 2nd gas? A proxy target again. That's very possible here.
Command Center first is a build that TaeJa 100% used on Whirlwind against DuckDuck in this tournament. It makes sense, and luckily for Rain, he's scouting last position here. And I say that even though it sounds weird, is that by process of elimination, he's going to know that his opponent's not top left, he's going to know his opponent's not top right, and he can just automatically throw down the Stargate. And if he's presuming that his opponent's going to go command center first by scouting so early, he doesn't even need to scout TaeJa, he can just do it.
But do you think that TaeJa will ever not scout here? I think he's going to scout. Yeah, look, he's sending an SCV. This is more important. I mean, if Rain goes for a proxy and TaeJa doesn't scout it, which actually he didn't the last game, but he was just preparing for everything, things could get really bad very quickly. And look, through where he skewed his SCV. Through that area on the right side where there could be a proxy something.
Well, with these probes crossing paths, what goes through TaeJa's mind upon seeing this probe scout? Does he think that it's a bit of a later one come from top left? Does he think that it's an early one come from bottom left? He's now seen it.
You can't really know. I think he's going to have to confirm that Rain is not on the top left. But then again, with TaeJa, you never know. He might be able from there to realize that this is cross map. You know, he's a superhuman, I'm not.
Well, Rain's got 2 in gas. He's not got 3. He's got the Nexus down already, and it doesn't look like he's going to even attempt to try anything too crazy.
I'm surprised he took 2 gases this early if he was going to play like this. On this map, oh wow, the probe is going to be able to get out of here. On this map, a good build order that you can do to make sure you don't fall too far behind economically is the 1 gate, 1 gas expands with the Zealot that you cancel at the last second. A lot of players choose to do that on this map, but Rain, he seems to really like his double gas opener, even before Cybernetics core.
Well, TaeJa's not going to have any information, any clues, but if we just look at patterns from the previous game, TaeJa was scanning all the time, looking at what Rain was up to. He's not going to get any confirmation with this SCV. The Stalker should be able to push it away. And as the Mothership Core does come in, just as a look, there's 3 Marines to push it back.
Okay, pretty quick robo by Rain standard here. I wouldn't be surprised if he throws down a Forge very shortly after that. And interesting placement on that last barracks that TaeJa just made, just on top of the refinery here. What happens if he wants to make... Okay, he's going to fix it immediately by moving the barracks. And what does TaeJa see? I don't think he's going to see the robo.
Sees nothing, unfortunately, there. One thing about Rain that I've noticed of all his games this season in the WCS Korea Premier League is that he stays on 1 forge for a very, very long time. He much prefers to have out the units, the right units, rather than the right upgrades. For example, he would much rather go Colossus and fast over High Templar and just forget about upgrading off double forges for a long time in this game. Is that a good style to have? Does it not affect him? Because in the last game, he was quite far behind in upgrades for almost all the fights, if not every fight.
He was far behind on upgrades because he was far behind economically, and all his tech was delayed because of that. But this is actually the way that every Protoss have been playing recently, Protoss versus Terran. You just get 1 forge, because if you get 2, you're going to have a lot less units. You're not going to have the gas to get everything that you want to get. So usually these days, the standard in the matchup, you get your 2nd forge as you start your Templar Archive, or just a little bit later. And that's after you've gone for Colossus, so quite late.
Well, the Robotics Bay is on its way now for Rain, as well as +1 armor. Neither player have got any information until that sound that we just heard, which is a scan that sees nothing.
Oh, the SCV, gonna try to sneak into the main.
Also nothing.
And you know, TaeJa might start suspecting something crazy here, like a Dark Templar drop or something like that. I guess we're at 740 and it hasn't hit yet.
Well, he's built a turret here just in case.
Yeah. And always easy gonna scan for the observer in the main. Rain turns around with it. There was an observer about to enter the main. Rain very nicely saw the Marines and moved back. And yeah, I think TaeJa wants to deny scouting here. He knows that if Rain knows what you're doing, it's going to be very hard to beat him, let's just say that.
Well, Rain saw the factory, so he knows exactly his opponent's build here. He knows that there was no 3rd command center rush. He spots the gases on the natural, and has got quite a bit of information here. It looks like the observer will maybe get picked off.
No, he doesn't have a scan actually. TaeJa is bluffing. That's pretty cool. He wanted the observer to leave at this point, and this is not going to work. Rain reads through this. He sees the energy on the 2nd orbital command, and
well, there's energy now. 50 energy is acquired, and the observer does go down, but he's seen everything he needs to see from this position. And behind this, Rain has opted for quite an early 3rd Nexus. Through everything he's seen, command center first, into the barracks, and a pretty decently timed factory in Starport. How much of a risk is this, and how much does the Warp Prism play into this game?
I think it's going to be very important. If this doesn't do any damage, TaeJa is going to be in a great position. I love that TaeJa threw down the 3rd command center, and this wasn't seen by Rain yet. In the game that Rain tried to do this Warp Prism aggression against Bomber when he played him, This is the only game that he lost, actually. And he lost it quite hard, so yeah, I think it was an Achillean waist. So this game, he's gonna have to execute it a lot better. I like that he went for such a quick third, by the way. This was a very, very quick third, like 9 minutes.
It's gonna get spotted though, there's a Marine about to go up there.
But yeah, look at the composition of TaeJa. He's got only Marines right now. He has to wait for Medivacs to be able to start on doing any damage. And look, those Medivacs now, they're being boosted across the map, but the War Prism is going to fly into the main of TaeJa. There is no turret there, and his units are completely out of position.
Yeah, nice drop here by Rain. Going to get a couple of SCV kills. Everything is waypointed to this location. At the same time, on the other side of the map, TaeJa is there,
he could get force fielded.
Double Colossus. The Medivacs are there to help out with a bit of evacuation, but at the same time, Zealot's causing havoc inside this main base, picking up 8-9 kills here.
Yeah, the army supply ran off 52 to 42 in TaeJa's favor. He's going to steam in there, and nice flank.
Oh, nice flank coming in by TaeJa. Is he going to be able to get one of these Colossus? One goes down. Oh my god, he gets both of the Colossus! A massive move from TaeJa. Excellent flank. And not only does he get the Colossus, he gets the protection to the third Nexus. So all of a sudden, Rain had everything. And it just slipped through his fingers. It slipped through the cracks. Everything Rain had is gone.
Rain never started Blink or Charge for some time, so he didn't have any of these in support. He had to make Thermal Lance earlier, and I think, I wasn't paying attention, but I think Thermal Lance finished as he lost his Colossus, so can he hold here? He has to hold if he wants to be able to stay in this game. He's killed a lot of SCVs. He's actually ahead on Walkers right now. This is really weird. 56 probes to 47 SCVs. TaeJa has got his third base now. He's going to start throwing down the bunker there, and Rain is going to have to re-expand. Whoa!
Bit of an attack here. Force fields do come in. Looks like Rain is going to survive here with that Colossus. For now, as long as he keeps on wobbling Zealots to keep protecting it. A stim forward here, trying to bring it down. Is it going to go down? It isn't. Oh, pick up by TaeJa, and actually goes for the Colossus. Is he going to get it? Oh, TaeJa picks up with the Medivacs and gets a Colossus that didn't seem like it was going to be available to be picked off. But at the same time, Rain is dropping, and he has killed a lot of SCVs too. 12 SCVs have gone down, disruption in the mineral lines. But Todd, tell me, who is leading? Who is winning in this game? Rain's lost a lot, TaeJa's lost a lot.
Yeah, TaeJa is winning by far right now, but when behind Dark Shrine, and Rain, he knows that. He's already got his War Prism across the map. The Dark Shrine is going to finish in 30 seconds, and actually, if Rain warps in 3 Dark Templars now, he sends one in the third, one in the main, and one in the natural. There is only a turret in the natural right now. TaeJa could be in lots of trouble. He has to save energy here. If he uses his mules now, those Dark Templars are going to do so much energy. 8 seconds to the Dark Shrine finishing.
All right, there is mules being called down, Todd. They've been called down from the main, from the natural. There is no scans available. DT getting warped in here from the War Prism.
Oh, a Viking! A Viking is heading towards the War Prism.
Can they get dropped in? Because this is Rain's opportunity back in this game.
He has no proxy pylon nearby.
All right, well, the DTs are in. All the Marines. One DT, just one single DT. Oh my god, a big drop inside the main base here. It looks like Rain does have a few units here to deal with this.
And there is a scan up at the third base of TaeJa. He should be able to defend against this.
All right, well, some units may go down here. One Medivac does fall. Whoa, a scrappy game by both players here, losing a lot of SCVs again. 22 SCVs have been killed. If it wasn't for that War Prism, I think this game would have ended.
Yeah, but TaeJa, such a brilliant move to send a Viking there. This changed everything. I think he might have lost there, or at least he would have taken so much damage if this hadn't happened, if he hadn't killed this War Prism. Because now there was only one Dark Templar sent into the main, and TaeJa just got a scan at that moment, so he sniped it very, very quickly. Only the Zealots in the third base got some kills on those SCVs.
The big problem surely must be the investment in the DTs. He's keeping them away from the Templar Archives coming down. And with double Starports in, and Vikings on the way, and they're rising up fast. There's only 2, but they are going to be 3, 5 shortly and more. And does this not make Rain very vulnerable before Storm is ready?
Actually, Rain's now, he's got Colossus, and he's got a lot of Blink Stalkers, so he's actually going to be in quite decent... Oh, this Dark Templar almost makes it, but barely not. And we're going to have a drop in the main. I think Rain is in a decent position. If he defends well here and reaches Storms, he's going to be in a great position, I think. All
right, well, let's see if he can continue to hold on, because these 2 drops have gone undetected so far, I think, here. Rain has a really good income across these 3 bases, by the way, because of the amount of SCVs that have gone down. Oh my gosh, I don't think there's anything here to defend. Units have been warped in. Units have been warped in inside the main base. The third Nexus is about to be broken down. Oh, Rain loses his third Nexus again here. TaeJa with a great play. I mean, that's a decent pickup, I guess, for picking up one Medivac, but losing the third Nexus.
Yeah, Rain, if he wants to do something good here to catch up, or at least to come back, he has a probe on the top right-hand side of the map. He needs to start proxying some pylons and send some Zealot in the third base of TaeJa, because right now, you want to keep on harassing, like first dose every single time versus Terran. You want to keep on sending Zealots to do some damage, otherwise you're just sitting there defending all the time. And you can do a lot more than that, especially on 3 bases. So although Rain is doing long distance mining right now on his third base, this is one of those possibilities that he should use, in my opinion, if he wants to be able to stay in this game, because TaeJa is going to start pulling ahead on supply. And you never want that to happen when you're playing against TaeJa, because he controls his units pretty well, usually.
What a good game this one is, with TaeJa currently leading this best of 5. Remember, first of 3 games is going to go on to the semi-finals, the quarter-final here of the WCS Season 2. And the scan goes down, yeah, he sees the High Templars here, and he does start to, well, he's already got Mobius Track to finish up. I'm sure he'll start his Ghost production soon.
Yeah, he doesn't have a single one yet, though, so I don't think he should attack now, unless he thinks Storm isn't ready yet, but it is ready. Rain will be very happy about that, and TaeJa is going to go for another drop. This gets spotted by the pylon. I think TaeJa is just going to abort.
Yeah, abortion is called there. Can TaeJa fight? He can't fight here before Ghosts are ready, surely.
Yeah, probably not. Unless Rain moves out and like fights in a really bad concave. I don't think TaeJa should fight.
Well, so far 163 supply here for Rain. Still on a decent income now. He's got that third Nexus back up and running, but I'm pretty sure he could have been at 200 supply by now if he didn't lose that Nexus. And TaeJa at 183, really posturing up. 3-3 on the way for him. And now starting to get those Ghosts of 4th Command Center while there's a bit of downtime here. Because Rain, as you said, doesn't really want to move out and then get attacked. And TaeJa's waiting to get his Ghost before he can do anything. So there is a bit of a slow period for this game for the time being, but it's going to ramp up in speed very soon once again.
And look, proxy pylons have been made on the top right-hand side of the map. Rain, he's finally reached his comfort zone. He's got 2 Templars and lots of Zealots in the main to defend against any kind of drops. And he's got Templars in position in lots of places. So if you look at his vision now, he's actually got a bunch of observers outside of each base that he's took. And he can see anything headed his way. I think he's just going to look to take a 4th base and keep on massing from there and start sending Zealots in the 3rd base of TaeJa. Look, 3 Zealots are being walked on the top right-hand side already.
Well, 1 observer does go down there as TaeJa starts to move forward, as he starts to add these Ghosts into his composition. Nice. Oh, on the edge of the scan there, gets that snipe. Oh, multiple snipes coming in here by TaeJa, dropping that High Templar count. A couple of headshots coming from these Ghosts as he scans and sees a couple more in position. You cannot afford to lose any more High Templars, really. Another observer goes down, you bring up the point, and Zealots coming in, but there's a Ghost here, there's 4 Marines stemmed up. A good EMP there onto these Zealots.
The 3-2 is about to finish. I think TaeJa might have waited for that, but he's pulling back somehow. He might think he doesn't have enough to defend against these Zealots, but he does. He should re-wall that bunker, by the way.
Is he going to send up some units to clear these pylons?
It would be a smart thing to do. The problem is that Rain will warp in some Zealots, depending on how many units there are. He will need to send too many to make this work, and then Rain would just maybe attack. He will put himself in danger if he did that.
Well, Rain with the observer there on screen knows exactly where his opponent is. Not anymore, as that observer does get picked off there. Eagle eyes by TaeJa, sees all the observers. Always has done.
Eagle eyes, the scan.
Eagle eyes, always gets those scans down, but the High Templar moved forward. A scan goes down immediately. Another observer to the left, that's probably going to get picked off here, and it does get picked off with Storm to initiate here.
He could EMP. Nice feedback. And nice EMP as well.
EMP on 2 of those High Templar. Another Storm comes down. TaeJa, does get a decent EMP on 2 of the High Templar. There's still a lot more left. Rain does have +3 armor. Doesn't have too much of an attack upgrade here. But TaeJa's at 3-3.
And TaeJa, he has a 4th base already. So look, his bank is going to start going up very, very quickly. And look at those 2 Ghosts. This is so smart. He's about to have Cloak. And I think there's no observer. There is no observer right now on the map. And TaeJa has Cloak. He keeps on scanning, he's waiting for Rain to come up that front. He wants it to happen, he wants to cloak his Ghost and EMP and snipe every one of those Templars. And Rain knows about that. I think he should realize here that he doesn't have any Ghost and any observers. He makes one immediately, he queues another one, but he's actually already maxed.
Yeah, already maxed. He only has 1 observer and the scans keep on coming down. This could be very dangerous here for Rain. He's going to have to play this out so delicately if he's not going to take any losses. 2 more High Templar do go down. The 4th base again denied here. Meanwhile, as you say, TaeJa is mining from 4 bases. A lot of command centers coming down. Another observer has started. TaeJa waiting patiently. Here we do have a couple of Storms come down the right side, do get into the Vikings.
TaeJa is content with the current situation. He's got a force base. He knows that his opponent doesn't have one because he's got some Marine on the top left-hand side. So he's basically going to endlessly deny that force base of Rain from being taken. And Rain, he's going to run out of money at some point. If he doesn't attack, it's going to be so hard for him to win. He has to attack at some point. And TaeJa is only waiting for that with the nice concave every single time and the Ghost in position with the perfect snipes and EMPs.
This is the Terran versus Protoss art of war here between these two players, dancing with death. As both of them, one mistake, one error, one misclick, and you're a loser here. I do not want that to happen.
I actually think the composition of Rain is really bad. He's got only 2 Colossi. You need at least 5 or 6 against this composition. But TaeJa, he doesn't have that many Vikings. He's going to be perfect for him.
Well, he scans ahead of time once again. TaeJa getting ready to go. A couple of nukes are being researched here by TaeJa. We'll see if they can come into play. Here comes the cloak. Here comes the EMPs. The storms are good, but he can't see anything. There's no observers, and the ghosts are just causing havoc here. And oh boy, TaeJa wins the fight, and the observer's on its way, but it's still out of position here. And again, TaeJa just takes the high ground. If Rain was to fight up there, he had to retreat. He would have lost the game there if he took that fight. And a nuke zones out. And oh boy, this is tense indeed as TaeJa back to 200 supply. Everything's healed up now with these medivacs healing everything. Rain taking losses.
This is such insane play by TaeJa. This positioning, everything's perfect. And Rain is going to... Oh, he's really thinking about it right now.
Well, there's an observer and does survive for once.
No, Rain's not going anywhere. He's not able to make anything work in this game. I think he needs to take his...
Is he going to fight? Is he getting impatient?
I think he has to go for it at some point.
There's a lot of ghosts here. All the observers on the left-hand side. It's gone again. There's no observer. There's one right behind it, actually. One right behind it now, so it is again with this army.
Look at Rain's saturation on his third base. He's got way too many probes there. He needs a new base. 39 out of 24 probes on his third base.
The income quite heavily in TaeJa's favor, and TaeJa's about to take another base on the right-hand side here. Rain needs a base. He needs to take another Nexus here.
His natural is mined out now. And I think TaeJa realized that even if Rain now takes a fourth base, he's just so far ahead on economy, and he's got his composition that he wanted to go for. He's got his nukes. He's just going to throw down command center, start sacking SCVs, and from there, I mean, he's going to have so much supply.
Alright, well, another scan goes down here for TaeJa on his army, getting rid of observers, another one across to make sure he knows where his opponent's army is. And he is taking the 5th base here.
The Walker count's actually quite even right now, but I think if TaeJa starts suiciding, let's say 20 SCVs, he's going to have so much army supply. Oh, nice storm.
Nice storm coming here, a little bit of efficiency in trade-off for 2 High Templars. The Ghosts do look more aggressively towards sniping off anything they can get. And that pylon going to warp in 2 Zealots, and they're going to get into the mineral line before that planetary fortress is ready, but it is ready now, so it's not really going to do anything, unfortunately. And the turret's up there as well, so that's a bit of a nuisance, and even going to take out the pylon.
What do you mean not going to do anything? The planetary fortress lost more than 100 hit points, man. That's pretty good.
If only it couldn't get repaired.
And TaeJa, man, he's been doing so much work. I'm actually going to watch the game a little bit with his view, because this is so impressive. He keeps on scanning. He never got stormed too heavily. Unlike Alive, he's been able to defend every single one of those storms. And I think there was 2 decent storms made and about 20 Templars killed already. How many Templars were killed in this game? 14 already. And how many good storms did you see? Not too many.
Not too many, man. 13 observers and 14 High Templar have been killed in this game. Only 3 Vikings and 9 Ghosts. Quite the trade-off there. As we're about to see again, TaeJa march forward, scanning always. He sees everything. It's like map hack with the amount of scans he has, the amount of orbital commands. He never stops scanning, always knows where the High Templar are. One bad storm will ruin your day, and again, an evasion. But a nuke has been called down here by TaeJa. The Ghost on the right-hand side, aiming for the high ground.
Wow.
Unfortunately, this High Templar...
He's going to take out the pylon in one of these cannons, I think. This reminds me of a game on Tal'Darim.
Tal'Darim Altar, it may have featured you and it may have featured Happy, and it may have featured Day9's voice Death. As we have more nukes coming down onto this position from the low ground.
And Rain is going to try to claim the middle watchtower to get a good engagement.
They're both about to take the same place. He scans, and TaeJa wants to fight every day of the week here, but Rain's very scared. Here comes the SCV sacrifice.
TaeJa started losing a lot of SCVs. He's going to lose even more now. TaeJa's army supply, oh my god, 145, but same thing for Rain. This is Clash of the Titans here. Both players. Oh, the Templars! Oh my. This is not good for...
Bit of miscontrol there, as that's another, 5 added to the total here. They keep on dying. as the Ghosts really just keep their lives alive and keep on going, keep on trucking away as another nuke is called down here on the high ground. Pressure mounting from Rain. But what does Rain need to do? All right, if a dream scenario is to happen, what is it?
He needs to get a perfect engagement. If TaeJa would attack into him, it would be perfect. But TaeJa is not going to do that. He's going to let him, he's going to wear him down. He's just going to keep on nuking. These nukes are very cost effective. He keeps on killing pylons, cannons as well. And there's going to be no more detection soon by those cannons left for Rain. He needs those cannons as well as his army to help defend against any potential attack here. And look at the Vikings now, they are 3-1. I mean, they're going to take out this Colossi so quickly.
Rain has only got 500 gas in the bank. For a 31-minute game, it's a sad thing to see. He's not going to be able to remake too much of anything here. There's another observer's dead, and that High Templar being chased, but seems like it is going to escape. A storm comes down on the right-hand side, does get a chunk of these Ghosts.
Lots of damage done onto those Ghosts here. And if you look at the composition of Rain here, this is not the composition you want to have in this kind of 200 maxed army supply. He's got way too many Zealots. He needs to sack them, send them across the map to try and do some damage. He doesn't have enough Stalkers. You need up from 10 up to 12 to help against the Vikings. Not enough Colossi, just 3. So I think if TaeJa fights here, he just wins.
You think this is a big problem because of the starvation of bases, the lack of gas that he's had? He's forced into a lot of Zealots, it seems here. And a blink forward. Is this going to be it? The EMP's blanking everything. Good retreat storms there from Rain, who keep TaeJa away for now as the Vikings take critical damage and will need to be repaired off there, and Rain stays alive for a little bit longer here. But TaeJa's expanding all over the place.
Yeah, he's got a lot of bases, but I mean, he's gonna have to win a fight at some point. So he sent back his Vikings, he's repairing all of them right now. That's very, very smart. Instead of just losing them, he's just gonna repair them. And I don't understand TaeJa, he just needs a perfect engagement. He's not able to get it so far. Why did it look like it was what he wanted to happen the entire game? So although Rain's composition is not that great, he was able to get good enough storms off in the previous fight that it kind of looked bad for TaeJa for some time, so he had to pull back for now.
Alright, well, this game continues on here. More and more Colossus are being added into the army. As you said earlier, that was needed to happen, and it is starting to happen here.
Oh, he's going to sack some Zealots onto this third base of TaeJa. And that's really, really smart. He needs to replace those with some Stalkers, maybe a bit more Archons, but I don't know, there's just so many Ghosts.
He's actually going to pick off that Planetary. It's a bit of a win there for trading off.
Well, TaeJa has like so many bases at this point that I don't think he even minds.
Matter, yeah.
And this is so smart what TaeJa is doing. Even if he kills this base and then loses his army, he's gonna trade well enough that Rain's economy is gonna be so low that, look, behind this TaeJa, how much money he has. This is ridiculous. He's getting so many command centers.
Rain needs another base. It's been the moral of this story. Rain needs a base. Rain needs to expand here. And Rain is very active out in the open. Pylon's been put down.
Oh, he's got a middle. TaeJa has to be very careful here. He needs to scan perfectly, and Templars might come from every single way around his army. He's actually going to go up to a high ground here, kind of retreat for the moment.
Well, Zealots coming down into the natural as well here. A single Ghost isn't going to be able to do too much here. A couple of scans do come down, and Rain poshed it up very strong in the middle, but remember, he doesn't have too much money behind this. He still needs another Nexus to be able to get the gas, to replenish Colossus, to replenish High Templar, to make Archons.
And you know what? Rain, he's got only 5 Templars right now on the map. This is a very low amount. These 5 Templars very easily could get EMP'd and sniped, and then, I mean, he loses the fight very, very hard if that happens.
Well, that Ghost takes a bit of a hit there. Army supply is in favor of TaeJa after sacrificing a lot of SCVs here. And, well, he cloaks up, he moves forward. A storm keeps him back for now. 2 Ghosts go forward in hope to get that High Templar.
165 army supply by TaeJa, 149 by Rain.
Wow.
We're going to have the Clash of the Titans very, very soon now between those two players. And the Colossus count is actually very scary considering the amount of Vikings that TaeJa has.
7 Colossus here compared to 15 Vikings. Couple of storms, maybe if these Stalkers blink in the right position, things could go in Rain's favor. TaeJa is still leading this series. 3 observers with this army as well, so he is quite equipped for the time being against the Cloak Ghost. A good storm there. But he is trading off these High Templars. I'm seeing 1 picked off here and there. He's down to 4.
This is so tense right now. One single mistake and you're out. Or at least you lose this game. And neither of these players want to come into a huge fight just yet. But I think it's coming soon.
It's been coming a long time here, and it's going to be a big, mighty one. But the problem is, I think it's going to end really fast one way or the other, depending on this. And TaeJa's army supply, all right, in Starcraft, you can have 200 supply of workers and army. Currently, TaeJa has 170 army supply, just 30 in workers at this point here. Oh, decent storm on those Vikings, take a bit of damage, all in high yellow health for the time being, but still better than nothing there. The observers move forward, 3 of them actually, and they're all going to get picked off, every single one of them. Oh, no, one does escape. A blink forward here, focusing down the Vikings. That's going to be one crucial point for Rain to win.
They are microing their heart out, man. This is incredible.
Intense.
They are just staring at each other and just sending some units in every single time. And oh, the Templar has been spotted. Going to be able to storm twice.
Good storms coming in, and a couple of High Templar do get traded off. Is this the fight we want to see? No, it's not, as Rain does retreat once again here, but not too many High Templar here for Rain as TaeJa decides to take the high ground. EMP's covering his retreat here, or at least covering the access for Rain. High Templar on the left-hand side, scans come down. Great EMPs, great snatch by TaeJa, and this is it. Finally, after 38 minutes, the battle of the Titans will happen. TaeJa 160 supply. Rain is taking critical damage. TaeJa is pulling and the stops here, and when the money he has behind it, Rain is dying. GG. Wow, what a game. 40 minutes long. 20 minutes of that dancing with each other. And finally, after 20 minutes of that dancing, it was a 30-second fight, and Rain lost that fight, and TaeJa takes a 2-0 lead in this best of 5.
I thought Alive, which is first, was the highest level PvP that I have seen recently. I'm sorry, boys, but I have to take it back. This was ridiculous. This is the best Terran versus Protoss play that I've ever seen, I think. TaeJa being so patient. I have to say, there was a point where I thought he might have given a little bit too much time to Rain to maybe come back into this. I mean, he had him starved. I don't know if this was the right time to take this many bases, as we do see the winning moments by TaeJa looking very happy, obviously, as Rain.
Oh, he is happy, man. He is absolutely
How
happy.
would you qualify Rain's look there?
Rain is devastated.
Yes.
He's lost 2 games in a row. He lost 4 games in a row right before coming to this tournament in the finals of the Korea Premier League. He's now lost 6 games against Terran in a row after arguably a lot of people saying that he was the best Protoss versus Terran player out there during his run through the WCS Korea Premier League, but things have just been flipped upside down and it is not working for him.
Why does that make TaeJa
It makes TaeJa
a beast?
And is having one of the best tournaments he's ever had. He's beaten Innovation 2-1 in earlier rounds. He beat Duck, the European champion, 2-0 easily, and is currently leading against Rain 2-0. For this next map, which is Akalon Wastes, what does Rain need to do to prevent the whitewash, the 3-0?
I don't know. There was a time where in the previous game I felt like he was almost coming back, but TaeJa is just too solid overall. Rain is the guy who's supposed to be super solid. He's the defender, the guy who gets to the composition he wants, and then he makes it work, but he never made it work. This was the opposite here. TaeJa was the one leading the game the entire time, doing some drops, getting his perfect composition, not making a single mistake unless finally he started getting his army a little bit stormed left and right. I have to say, after killing 14 Templars, getting stormed once or twice, I can forgive TaeJa. I've seen Terrans get stormed a lot more than that from the first 14 Templars.
Boy, oh boy, after Jaedong versus Naniwa, I didn't think we'd see a more epic of a series, but this one is living up to it right now as TaeJa, Liquid TaeJa, takes on SK Telecom's Rain in this best of 5 quarter-final. It is time to begin map number 3 to fight for that trophy on stage. One step closer every game, one step closer, and right now it's TaeJa that's making the distance, getting closer. Just one map, and he's in the semi-finals with a whitewash over one of the best Protoss players worldwide, and that Protoss player is here. Could be his last time, let's hope not. In the red, up here to the top left, it is Rain! And I don't think anybody can agree with me here. This guy is performing amazingly at the Season 2 finals. This man, his name is TaeJa!
TaeJa is so impressive. And he's actually sending back his SCV. Does he go for barracks near his command center? Oh, command center first, I think. On Akin and Waste? Really?
Well, I mean,
I guess he's 2 games ahead, and like, you don't expect Rain to really go for some kind of proxy, which is pretty much the only thing that hard counters this kind of command center first play. On this map, after being down 2 maps, I don't think Rain is ever going to go for a proxy to try and counter command center first. So possibly a very nice move here by TaeJa going for this, but Rain is going to go for the early scout, and he's going to be able to spot this, and then from there I think he just throws down a very quick, own natural, probably even without mining gas. Or do you think he might tilt and do something crazy here, like a 4-gate or something like that?
No, I don't think so. I think he's got enough experience here to not do something like that. Even though I guess it may be a little bit frustrating for him to see this, but I think he should be just looking to get a Nexus.
Yeah, he's not mining gas, and this, you know what this reminds me of? Rain versus Innovation on this map in Pro League. And Rain went for the 2 base, 3 Colossus, and lots of Blink Stalkers timing against a 3rd command center. So TaeJa here, if he goes for a 3rd command center, I'm quite sure that Rain will go for the same build that he used against Innovation, which worked. Innovation just flat out died. He had a 3rd command center, he had no Vikings, he moved out on the map, he got caught out of position, and Rain just capitalized on that mistake. He attacked, and he finished the game. So we're going to have to keep that in mind, see where how this develops from there.
What do you think's going through Rain's mind overall, apart from the strategy, the mindset, and is he comfortable, do you think, right now? Like, what is he feeling as a professional player yourself, and you've played at the biggest in the biggest tournaments, man? What's going through his mind, losing 2 in a row in a best of 5, playing map number 3?
It really depends if he was able to forget that he's down 2 maps and just try and play his best. If he's not able to do that, I mean, he's gonna play a lot worse than he would otherwise. But I don't know. He's a professional gamer. He's one of the best out there. Once the game starts, if you're able to only focus on the strategies that you have to use and just everything that's happening, you forget everything else. You forget about the whole world. You're only thinking about Starcraft and winning that single game you're playing. That's what Rain needs to do here to play his best.
All right. Well, TaeJa has thrown down the 3rd command center inside his main base. So this is the command center first, then double barracks, then 3rd command center. It's ultimately or if not one of the greediest builds he could have gone for. I guess the greediest would have been with just a single barracks, but overall it's a greedy build.
Yeah, definitely is. Quick robo was made by Rain, and I think if he goes into Colossus, he always gets a quick observer, which he sends across the map. That's what Rain, every single game, he does that. His first observer always sees everything. And if he gets the perfect scout on that command center, I think there is a good chance he might go for the push I talked about, which would be pretty much do or die at this point. And TaeJa, I mean, he's just been playing so well in general. I'm not sure it would work. Against a lot of other players, I will tell you right now, if he goes for it, it works. But TaeJa, he's been on top of everything so far in this series.
These 4 Marines on the left-hand side, this is the definition of emotional tilt for Rain, I think. If he was to take any damage from them, they shouldn't be there.
He's going to lose some probes, I think.
Well, let's see. Here's the probes run away. 1 goes down. 2. And already, that's like...
This is worth it.
This is annoying for him, surely.
And you know, this looks like TaeJa is getting a lot of Marines out right now. Like, Rain has to think, why did he send some Marines out like this? He had to think I will be out of position. I was. And why did he sacrifice some very important Marines? Or what could be some very important Marines? He has to be going for the standard tech pass, 3 barracks, into factory, into medivacs. No, he's not. He's got a 3rd command center, so I think Rain right now, he might have no idea. And he's going to double forge. And this gets scanned instantly here.
That scan. As the forges are thrown down, TaeJa sees everything.
Double eBay? I was gonna say it, and he throws it down. TaeJa again. And look at the positioning too.
Yeah.
This is not gonna be scouted early on. Usually you fly into the 3rd base of your opponent and then into the main. So TaeJa is, oh my god, he's just playing so well. Everything's going his way, but he's making things happen for himself in this series. He's not waiting for things to happen. He's making them happen.
So right now, we can clearly see that TaeJa's got a great build, a great setup. The worst thing for Rain is to lose this observer.
Yes.
Because he has no idea yet really what's going on.
Yeah,
doesn't know about the command center, doesn't know about the double engineering bay.
There is no scan. The energy on the 3 command center is 27, 42, and 21. And the command center that has the most energy is currently flying towards the 3rd base. So that's not going to be denied. But he doesn't see the 3rd command center because it's flying away. He's flying away from that observer right now. does Rain go to that potential third base and spot it? I think he's going to see the double eBay for sure, and he should be able to see that. But he's too late.
Stopped. No, he's going. Okay.
He's already gone for the double forge. He hasn't thrown down the Twilight Council because obviously you don't have gas for everything. I think Rain is just going to take a third from there.
Yeah. Break down the rocks and go take a third. He's got another observer moving out. Scan comes down here, kind of, I guess sees what he's expected to see here with double forge and tech behind it. He's not meant to have a lot of units there. But behind this, I mean, is Rain comfortable? He's seen everything now. He hadn't seen it earlier on.
No, he's not comfortable.
Is it? I mean, what's going through his mind upon seeing 3 command centers, double engineering bay, a lot of barracks down already?
He was probably thinking, I saw it too late. God, I wish I had seen this earlier. Then I could have done some kind of timing or reacted to it quicker. Because now he starts his own third base. But I mean, this is really late. TaeJa is already saturating his third base. He's ahead on walkers. And I mean, if you look at the income, TaeJa is on 2,000 right now. Mule's obviously helping. He's getting his own double upgrade. He's getting his armory. He's going to be adding a second starport and barracks. And TaeJa again, although he's not in too much of a dominant position, he's in a great position. Look at the scan, perfectly centered on the main base. He's going to see the timing on the Twilight Council, which tells everything about the transition that Rain has to go into later on.
So with this scan, I mean, does this open up some kind of timings for TaeJa potentially? Does he? I mean, he's got a second starport coming. He's got 2 upgrades, or does he just kind of play it strong?
Actually, okay. TaeJa, he was throwing down bunkers and his natural. Those Zealots not going to be able to do much here, by the way. TaeJa, he was making a lot of bunkers at his natural. I think he was afraid of a 2-base timing. Now he scans. He sees the third base. He's still not going to cancel the bunkers on his expansion yet. He's keeping them. I guess he has a lot of money anyway. It doesn't really matter. And TaeJa is doing so much scouting. Although he has opened with a very greedy build, he doesn't want to lose from there. He doesn't want to gamble. He wants to play very solid, and he wants to stay in control of this game.
All right, so the Twilight Council's finished, but we've seen nothing when it comes to the Templar Archives yet. As 2 upgrades are on the way for Rain as well, but we have double starports in. There's 2 Vikings out. There's more going to start to make their way. And we already see the Ghost of Academy coming down, but TaeJa, surely, he looks amazing right now. He looks absolutely fantastic.
2 observer right now above the army of TaeJa. If he had scanned, he would have gotten both, but not going to choose to. And everything that TaeJa is doing is perfect in this game. So he's getting a wall on his third base with depots, so that Zealots can't get through. He's got his factory placed at like 6 o'clock to make sure he can spot any kind of war prism flying into his main. He's even got Marines in position in his main. And now he's going to start dropping. I guess he has to know there is an observer there for Rain. There always is. But he does not have to commit too heavily to this. He could just drop, poke, and then get out of there. But Blink just finished. Oh, actually, no. 20 seconds from finishing.
Almost. And a couple of units do get whooped in here. Colossus should be able to push this back, and it does push this back. But still, Rain needs to kind of kill some units without losing anything himself. Is the kind of underline to this, is because right now TaeJa's got a 20 supply lead. I'm pretty sure we'll see the 4th command center come down moments away. As there's absolutely no reason not to for TaeJa. Flying forward with his supply count. A couple of supply depots coming down with that command center would make perfect sense.
By the way, can we take a look at Rain's vision? Look at his vision on the map. He's got 5 observers perfectly placed. He sees the entire map right now. Even if TaeJa scans, he would need 4 scans to basically clear the middle area against these observers. So Rain, he's going to enter this really defensive posture where on this map he should be able to take a force much easier than on Whirlwind. TaeJa is most likely going to try to do the same thing. He wants to do the dance again, like they did in previous game, but I think he's going to be much harder in this game and on this map to make happen. Although he's going to have a timing window where he gets his first few ghosts, and Storm is not finished yet if he attacks now.
Yeah, well, 2-2 is just about to complete up here for TaeJa. 3-3 has started for Rain. With his double forge, he will have a bit of an upgrade lead. Going to be difficult to really make it work for him, though. It's nothing too big of an opening, a timing for him to hit, especially when TaeJa is so powerful. I mean, that army's absolutely magnificent at this point. He's roughly 20 supplying the lead. He's picking up a couple of loose stalkers in the middle of the map as well. But we do have some pylons up on the other side of the map. They are going to, you know, maybe get some harassment done. But as you said, there's a fantastic supply depot wall up here. Storm is not done. Storm is not done. It's not too far away, though. Seconds away. There's force fields. He should be fine here. He's at 171 supply.
Nice pick off on one of these Colossus, by the way. TaeJa is just going to wait down the ramp, and actually the force is being denied again. I did not think that was going to be possible on this map.
All right, well, TaeJa is going to move forward on the other side of the map. He's got his Ghost leading the way. The MP! Oh, the Ghost actually hit the MP on the High Templar. There's no Storm. There's no storm here. Oh, the Colossus is going to be enough. They're doing a lot of damage at the back here. Zealots do get warped in. Another ghost at the back may help out a little bit here. But as the Colossus fall, there's another high tempo. One storm comes in. But I don't know. I don't think he's got enough here. TaeJa has just wiped the floor with that army.
Yeah, I think it was completely worth it. He killed the entire army. Right now, the Rain on 35 army supply against 47. And his Colossus count is wasted. Look at the production time. 3-3 about to finish. For Rain, this was the best timing that TaeJa could hit. And although he moved up the ramp and lost a lot, this was definitely cost effective in my opinion.
Wow, great move there by TaeJa as he cleans up his third base as well. And he's only going to be building that army back up. It's 127 army supply, or not army supply, overall supply at the moment. Well, that's going to be rising and rising. And 3-3 is now about to complete for Rain, as well as a fourth base. But when TaeJa gets comfortable after cleaning up these pylons on the right-hand side of the map where the counter-attack came from here, he's going to start getting a little bit frisky again with his army, moving across the other side of the map again.
I'm actually surprised Rain is even going for a force right now. His army supply was completely wasted. Everything died. He has to rebuild his entire Colossus count and Templars. But instead of that, he's getting Archons and moving across the map. Is he gonna go for this huge attack we never think that Rain will go for? He's got a single Templar with the Storm ready, that's it.
Well, it's a little bit risky because if you look at the mini-map, there's a lot of blue. And it's all heading towards the red.
Yes.
Very simple Starcraft there for you if you didn't get it already. But there's a lot of blue and there's a little red. And right now, TaeJa's moving forward. He's going to pick up a High Templar. Well, that single Storm is used, but doesn't really do anything there. Damages the 3 front Marauders. And all of a sudden here, Rain's a little bit on the back foot again. The Ghosts are ready to fight. They don't have Cloak yet. It's only just begun. 3 Colossus, 3 Archons.
4 Vikings.
4 Vikings.
So not that much by TaeJa, but if he gets a good concave here and some good EMPs, I think he could make this happen.
Oh, EMPs come down here on the Archons, on the Zealots. The Colossus at the back doing a lot of damage here. But if that front meat wall, the Zealots and the Stalkers disappear, oh, a Mule's coming down as well. TaeJa thinks he can do it right here. TaeJa thinks he can take the 3-0 and he's in search of those Colossus. A couple of Stalkers of all units get warped in here, but they aren't going to do too much. And well, they blink backwards to help protect it. TaeJa's so happy right now as the last Colossus is about to fall. TaeJa's ecstatic. I think he has that feeling, Todd. I think he has that feeling of a 3-0. More Mules are coming down. Oh boy, 130 supply. The last Colossus is here. And well, the 4th Nexus is dead. It's 65 army supply to 21. Rain is in disbelief. GG! TaeJa applauds himself for a 3-0 over the WCS Premier League #2.
Wow, what insane play, insane display of skill here in this match. I can't believe TaeJa took this 3-0 versus one of the best Terran versus Protoss player. And look at him, he's so happy.
He's so happy, and the crowd are applauding his absolutely amazing performance. 3 games to nothing. TaeJa goes to the semi-finals. Oh boy, look at that smile. It lights 1,000 candles, that smile.
It's not coming off anytime soon.
It's not coming off anytime soon until he goes into the semi-finals, where he would face off against Bomber or Scarlet, which of course is our last quarterfinal of the day. But overall, TaeJa's made it to day 3 of the World Championship Series Season 2 finals, and what a way to do it.
Yeah, oh my, I can't believe we just witnessed that. We're so fortunate to have seen that. I mean, I know I'm a Protoss player, but this was such high level of play here.
And here comes one of the biggest fights for TaeJa in the game, where he landed the EMPs on the High Templar. And look, he's already nodding it, he's already happy.
Whoa.
He was, that was minutes and minutes before he actually won the game. But he was happy with that, as he was fist pumping after an engagement that gave him an amazing lead, an amazing position to set himself up for that 3-0.
I like how the engagement started and he's like fist pumping already. He was in the middle of the fight, like you have
He
to
took his hands off the mouse and keyboard just to make sure he could fist pump, and it looks like the winner's interview is ready. Chobra, take it away with Liquid TaeJa.
Here on stage with the winner against Rain 3-0 in the quarterfinals, it's Liquid TaeJa. So very happy to have won that quarterfinal, and swiftly too. We saw a 3-2, then a 3-1, and now a 3-0. Let's hear what the man has to say. 3-0로 정의정 선수를 이기셨어요. 기분이 어떠세요?
일단 상황에 가게 돼서 정말 기쁘고요. 지금까지 정윤종 선수 상대로 1승도 못했는데 이번에 3-0으로 지금까지 하지 못했던 승을 이루고 또 정현종 선수가 1세트도 못 따게 해서 정말 기분이 좋아요.
You know, I'm really happy to be moving on to the semifinals, but even more importantly, I've never won a match against Rain until today, and I got to do it by making sure he couldn't take a single map off of me. So I feel really good for finally making this win happen against Rain. Give this guy another big round of applause, because he truly deserves it today. All three games, I think, were pretty iconic with TaeJa versus Rain, and we saw a lot of good uses for Ghost, and let's talk to TaeJa about that. 저희 그럼 이번 매치에 유령을 굉장히 어떻게 보면 좀 다양하게 그걸 잘 써주셨어요. 또 핵도 써주시고. 자, 둘째 게임 때 핵을 쓰기 시작하셨는데 그때 어떤 계획으로 그렇게 전략을 짜신 거예요?
제가 한국에 있을 때 레더를 프로토스로 했었는데 이런 식으로 핵을 쓰는 테란을 만났었는데 이런 식으로 하니까 되게 프로토스 입장으로서 좀 짜증나면서도 좀 까다로운 그런 핵 공격이 있더라고요. 그래가지고 핵을 한번 써봤어요.
And so TaeJa says, back when I was in Korea, I was laddering with Protoss, and I actually ran into a Terran who just started nuking me left and right, and it was just so annoying and made me really feel hopeless. And I decided, you know what, it's gonna drag out. I might as well start chipping away at Rain and get into his head and start nuking his base a little bit by bit. And it worked out for TaeJa, so props to him. 자, 그러면 저희 첫째 게임에도 끝나고 나셔서 첫째 게임부터 굉장히 밝은 표정이셨어요. 끝나고서 그때부터 아, 이번에는 좀 다르다, 기분이 다르다 그렇게 생각하셨어요?
네, 한 번도 못 이겨봤던 선수를 이기니까 당연히 엄청 기뻤고요. 네, 그래가지고 되게 환하게 있었던 것 같아요.
And I asked him, you know, you were smiling. TaeJa's been smiling throughout this entire match if you guys were watching his cam, and he says, you know, I took the first set off of a guy that I'd never beaten before, so I was very ecstatic ever since the first set, and that carried me through being really happy for the entire match. 자, 그러면 이제 4강 진출 확정 나셨습니다. 그럼 상대가 이제 기다리는 두 선수, 최지성 선수 아니면 스칼렛 선수 둘 중에 한 분인데 혹시 그 둘 중에 이 선수가 올라왔으면 좋겠다 그런 선수가 있으세요?
이 선수가 올라왔으면 좋겠다라고는 선수는 없고요. 딱히 없고요. 네, 딱히 없어요.
And TaeJa talking about his semifinal matchup, he says, I don't particularly prefer either of the opponents that are preparing right now. It's going to be between Scarlet and Bomber. And TaeJa says, you know what, either is fine with me. 그러면 어느 분이 올라와도 이길 자신 있으신가요?
어느 상대가 올라와도 다 상대하기 만만치 않은 선수들이기 때문에 뭐 특히 뭐 누가 올라와도 상관없을 것 같아요.
And either opponent coming up will be a tough opponent, but I think I just have to play it out, and that, you know, it will go through smooth. So once again, it's going to be Liquid TaeJa moving on to the semifinals, beating down Rain, who he has never beaten before. Give him another big round of applause, everyone, for Liquid TaeJa, the third semifinalist here at WCS Season 2 Finals. And we had an amazing match, so why don't we get a little bit of a breakdown for Rotterdam at the analysis desk.
Thank you very much, Cobra, and of course, once more, that was fantastic by TaeJa. But it also was kind of a one-sided series. So while everyone is getting ready on the stage and we are preparing for our next series, which is going to be Scarlet against Bomber, I want to take a closer look at something that's been a returning thing for Rain throughout this tournament. And this is very uncharacteristic because, you know, I'm kind of a Protoss fanboy and I'm definitely a Rain fanboy. But this tournament, over and over and over again, Rain's most important units gets caught out of position. And I am not exactly sure why this is, but this is just not really the Rain I know. And I'm not trying to take anything away from TaeJa because I think TaeJa has been playing nothing but fantastic for pretty much the entire summer. He just keeps winning tournaments. But just take a look at this game number 2 here in Whirlwind. And even though this did turn out into a very long game, in my opinion, this is already one of the most important moments in the game. If we can start this replay up. We can see, okay, Rain has a small army. This is always kind of tricky, but he just doesn't see this coming. This is a beautiful flank by TaeJa, but Rain gets a little overeager with his Colossus, and he loses 2 Colossus at the 10 or 11 minute mark. That is so massive, and even though this game goes on and on and on, and eventually Rain was able to max out, He is maxing out while TaeJa is maxing out, but TaeJa has 4,000 minerals in the bank, has an unlimited amount of gas, has map control for a crazy amount, has crazy amount of scans, and that all starts with something like this. If it's a much more even game, maybe, you know, they both max out as well, but then Rain is actually a lot richer, Rain can harass more, TaeJa won't have as many scans or orbitals available, and you know, I'm a little bit lost in the fact that this happened several times in the series against Jaedong, and this happened now again. He did play pretty cool against MC in game number 2, but I think it's safe to say that overall this was not Rain's tournament, but it might very well be TaeJa's tournament because he looks absolutely fantastic. That's it for now from the analysis. Paul, take it away.
Thank you very much, Roddy. Good stuff there again from the analysis desk, or monitor as Todd's called it right now. Fantastic display of skill from TaeJa with a 3-0 victory. He really is looking invincible. But there's one other guy that's been looking invincible this weekend, and he's up next against Scarlet. It's going to be a terrific match. I can't wait to see how this one pans out. It's our final quarter-final coming up next. Now, I had a few people say to me on Twitter over the last couple of days, you're so horrible to us because we have to work and we can't watch WCS. Well, good news, people. There is an iPod, iPad and iPhone app that you can use, courtesy of Blizzard, for WCS, where you can check out the latest streams, all the latest news and the results as well. And you can sneak it into work, use their internet, and you can tune in from there. It's all good. So if you haven't been tuning in today, you've missed some cracking games. Make sure you stay tuned because the next one is going to be epic. It's Bomber versus Scarlet. It's coming next.